Hi everyone, this is Sue's Journal Adventures with part 3 of our Make a Journal together. This series is for the absolute beginner. Start to finish, we're going to make a journal and we're going to decorate it with bits and bats. Not tons of stickers and washi tape and lace and expensive embellishments we've bought. We're going to do everything together. So I said on the last video that for the absolute beginner, I mean, there's people here that are seasoned crafters and they probably already know this. This is for the absolute beginner. If you do not know how to make your own texture paste, I'm going to make it now and show you how simple it is. I did tell you on the last video what you needed to be able to make it. I've got some brown paper here because I just think texture paste looks absolutely beautiful on darker coloured paper. It looks stunning. Book pages, anything, it stands out. And, well, there's a little tip. So you're going to need some talc. Any brand will do. You're going to need a jar. This is my jar that already has, texture paste in it. A very little bit in the bottom. You're going to need some cheap as chips PVA glue. I think the talc was about £2. This is, for us in the UK, if you've got a Home Bargains near you, this is 99p for this big massive bottle. This is also from Home Bargains, acrylic paint, and this was 99p. I don't know if there's enough in there. I've got a feeling there might not be. Well, I just won't have to make much. I was going to make quite a lot and fill it up a bit, but looking at that, I don't think so. So, measurements, and you need something to stir it with. Thanks to my granddaughter for these sticks she gave me from school. Anyway, so if you know me, if you watch me a lot, you know I don't measure, I don't cut straight, I don't fold straight, I certainly don't measure things. People do have a formula for this, and it's a quarter of that and a bit of me. I'm just like, pour it in and mix it. If it stays on your whatever you're mixing it with, that's texture paste. This might be just a tad stiff, but I can still do it. Why don't I do it? Why don't I do it? So grab a stencil, any stencil, and give us a bit of my brown paper, just a little bit, because I only want a little bit, because I've only got a little bit of texture paste on my thing. So can you see me all right here? If I'd put it here, yes. So I'm just going to do this bit here, and I'm just going to smooth it on. This is not the best thing to smooth it on with. I have got a little palette knife. You can use a kitchen knife, you can use anything. I'm only after that there, I will tear the edge off, so don't worry about it if you go on to another bit. Peel it off, and there's my flower. Doesn't that look, ignore the edge. Ignore the edge, because that can either be wiped off like that and put back in your jar, or it can be torn off. I'm probably going to tear that. Okay, that looks fantastic on brown paper. If you've got a stencil, any stencil, it doesn't matter if you use the same one all the time throughout your journal, you can make pretty little things, additions to pockets, a bit of decoration, clusters. You can add them in so many ways. That could be a pocket, it could be stuck onto a piece of card and made into a tag. Loads of stuff you can do. We will also be making our own labels, because I'm not going to use anything printed, and I love my labels, numbers and all that. Book pages, numbers, words, magazines, words, newspapers, words. Cut them out, back them onto a bit of black card. You've got your own labels. We will be doing that as well. So, because I don't measure anything, is this open? It certainly is. I just pour. So I'm going to put my talc in first. Just probably should wear a mask for this. Oh heck, that's quite a lot. I'm going to need to get my, just 1 minute back. I just needed to get my other acrylic paint, because I don't think there's going to be, I've put a lot in. Okay, let's just see how we go with this. I'll squirt this in. So, excuse me. So just put some talc in, some of your white paint. Now, if you don't want white texture paste, which I absolutely love because it doesn't have to be white, you can ink it, you can colour it with watercolour paint, but you can make it with coloured acrylic paint. So if you think, well, I want my texture paste gold, buy a gold paint, or red or pink or whatever you want. I think I may need some of this in here. I don't even know if I've opened this. Have I took the top off it? Nope. Oh, it all happens on camera, doesn't it? Eh? Not prepared. Never prepared Sue. That's my middle name. Gosh, I can't even get this off. Okay. Oh. Hey, tissue. Stab it, that's what to do. Stab it with your pencil. Whoopsie, don't you be coming out on my desk. So I'm going to add quite a bit of that. And then I'm going to add my glue. But I'm going to mix because there's quite a lot of talc in there. Oh gosh, I can't get the lid off my glue. I think it's stuck, guys. I've done it. 1 minute. So I've added my PVA glue. Now this is, to me, very, very sloppy. So I would keep now adding talc until it becomes thick enough to be like the paste that we just used. The paste that we just used, it was quite on the thick side. It's dried up a bit because it were right in the bottom of the, I'm trying to get that actually and mix it in, right in the bottom of my jar. If you mix in your paste and you get to this, it's not dropping off the stick that easily. It does drop off, but that is quite an okay consistency. It doesn't need to be thick like, I don't know, what you'd use on your walls, polyfiller. But have it as thick as you're comfortable with. So I'm going to put my lid on my glue because I don't need that anymore. The texture paste, obviously, I'm just going to put a drop in. The glue makes it stick and the acrylic paint colours it. So if you want it a different colour, you can make it a different colour. What was I just going to add? Talc. A bit more talc, just to thicken it up a bit. Well, at least I've got half a jar of texture paste now. Didn't mean to make this much, but... And just stir it, just give it a really good stir. I'm trying to mix that bit in the bottom in, so sorry if you can't see very well. I'm just trying to make sure I get all that in it as well. So this is falling off, but not that easily. It takes a while to drop. So that's okay, little bit sloppy. I would probably keep adding talc till it was just a tad thicker. I'm actually going to leave that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lid on and I'm going to leave it to stand for a bit because it does thicken up slightly. And obviously the more times you take your lid on and off, it does thicken up. So sometimes you might have to add a bit more paint or a bit more glue if it goes too thick. I mean, I've got all these bits around the edge that are really thick. But you can just mix it all in. Mix it all in. That's not bad actually. Not bad at all. So that's texture paste, not very difficult. Add a bit more talc, just to make it a tiny bit thicker. And I think that should be good to go really. I think so. So what I'm going to do next is clean that off. Simple, innit? Simple. 5-minute job. And you've got a big jar of your own texture paste. You can colour it, you can do it with different paints. It's entirely up to you what you do. I particularly like it white because I love it on brown paper and stuff, or really dark coloured book pages. Stick that back in there. That can go over there. The paint will go back in the cupboard in a minute. I'll put it on the trolley with the other pile of stuff that needs putting away. And I'm just going to do couple of pieces of this because I might rip them up to use in our journal that we're doing together. So for now I'm going to keep them like this, because if I back that onto some card, that would make a lovely pocket. Or I can tear around it and have it as an embellishment. You can put, like I say, put it on a cluster. All sorts you can do with them. So I'm just going to grab my other stencil that I want to do, if I can find it, because everything is absolutely buried on this desk. And when I say buried, I mean buried. Right, so this one, and this one. Come on, come out, little stencil. So this I'm going to do on here, and you will have to wash your stencils after, because if this goes hard on your stencils, then it's going to ruin them. I'm going to get my little palette knife, which I actually omitted to wash last time I used it. Naughty Susan. And then I'm going to get a bit of my new texture paste, which might be a bit thin yet, I don't know. I think it's a bit thin, but it's okay. I'm aiming for maybe this bit here. Let's see how it goes. So put some on, you basically smooth it across. Oopsie. You want to make sure you get it everywhere, so go both ways with your palette knife or your knife. You can use an ordinary knife. I'm going to come all the way down this, whoops. Plop some more on here. If it goes under your stencil, then it will make a mess. Sometimes you can salvage it, sometimes you can't. This is slightly on the runny side, but I don't mind. I need to get you off there and onto there. Right, just pull that down. Scrape off the excess, bung it back in your jar. I'm going to carefully pull that off, hopefully, if I can get hold of my paper underneath, and there you go. Need to wash that. So how pretty is that? I absolutely stinking love that. One of the things I really love in junk journaling is this. I don't do it nearly often enough, but I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to put that in there just in case the cat jumps on the desk and sticks his paws in it. And then I'm going to do another one with part of this. What the heck is that? Or part of another stencil. So I'm going to do this one. I think I'll get the butterfly in it. So some of them, like I say, if you do a whole thing like this, it could be a tag or a pocket, or it could be added to a tag. It could be collaged, or you can isolate flowers. So like on that one, there's a big flower. You could just cut that out or tear around the edge of it. Torn paper looks fabulous. So I'm just going to get some more of this texture paste. Mix some of this on side in with it as well. That'll thicken it up a bit. And then here we go again. Plop it on. Make sure though that you hold your stencil, because you don't really want it going under the stencil, because that's going to make a bit of a mess. Oh, just a minute, Oscar. Right in the middle of texture pasting, mate. So you just scrape it across, put it on, make sure all that you want covered is covered. I don't think I'm bothered about all of it, but I might as well do it seeing as I'm here. Get it all on, and then you go and scrape off like that. Take all the excess off like that, and then remove again. I'm doing it on kind of flimsy brown paper here, so it's not the easiest to get off, but there we go. Done it. So that's your texture paste. I've picked paper bag, which in the greatest, it might crinkle a bit, but they're pretty. You can see how pretty they are. If you want to add colour, you can do it with watercolour paints. You can do it with metallic paints. You could probably do it with ink pads. Not sure, never tried. But there you go. That's just a quick demo this time on our part 3. I just know I'm going to forget the parts of this journal making thing. But that's part 3, making your own texture paste. We will go through other things as we're going through the book, little techniques that you might not know. Seasoned crafters will probably know them. Beginners, you might not. So stick on the journey and make your own journal with me and enjoy the process because it's fun. You will love it. See you soon.